That's a way to put it.
Speaking of emotions, Dan, people can connect themselves to bands because there's sentimental value to it because you went to the show with your father, or you grew up listening to it at your stepmom's house or whatever, and you have these emotional connections to things that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise. Like sports, for instance, like people can get patriotic about, like, I'm a Dodgers fan because I'm from LA, and they're assholes about it, or Yankees fans or wherever you're from. But some people can just love the San Francisco Giants because that's where their father took them when they were little before the father died. So I don't know if you have any special emotional connections to any sports teams.
Ugh, I just wish the Eagles would finally get a Super Bowl win.
Sports Corner! Sports Corner, L11. That means 52 if you're Latin. It's a Super Bowl 52. Dan Harmon's going to break it down for you, Sports Corner.
Obviously, I'm not going to pretend I didn't hear about it. You can't avoid it. The Eagles won. It was their first win ever, literally ever. Their first Super Bowl win in the history of the franchise. A franchise that has got to be, who knows how old?
Yeah,
for 80,000 years.
What stood out for you watching the game most? Like what was the most?
Capital Y yardage. Like so much. That's how they won. If you go back play by play, the Eagles had more yardage. That's how they won. The Patriots were short on yardage. They didn't ice their knees. And they came in overconfident. Why? Oh, they thought they had more yardage from previous games. Yardage only counts game for game. Yeah, you tabulate it throughout the season. You're trying to figure out like what teams have a better chance of winning, but that can be a blessing or a curse. In my opinion, Jeff, and I'm sorry, this is just one man's opinion. I think that the Patriots came in fucking thinking we got the yardage. But what they failed to understand is that every team starts every game with 0 yardage. That's a technical fact.
What do you think this loss for the Patriots means for Tom Brady going forward?
Well, obviously Tom Brady's going to have a lot of recovery to do. His many injuries throughout the game are just the beginning of it. He's also now got injuries related to his leadership. I don't know if you saw his press conference after the game, but he cited practice and coaching and teammanship. And, but what people wanted to hear from him really was leadership first, which he did mention, but he mentioned it in the wrong order. And so Brady's going to have to circle back, and he's going to have to think, am I the person that needs to lead these Patriots?
He's only 5 years younger than you are right now. He might be the oldest quarterback in Super Bowl history. What do you think?
Are you asking if he's the quarterback? Do you even know anything about sports? Of course Tom Brady's the quarterback of the Patriots.
I'm saying, do you think what does this mean for him?
He's famous for wearing a glove, like a weird colored glove, or... That's a different player. Okay, all right. Shit.
Do you think he ought to retire after this one, or should he hang up his weird colored glove, or should he bring it back next season?
I think look, this is a dangerous sport. No matter how many times you ice your knee, you're still going out there and not only risking concussion, but actually statistically just accumulating concussion and spine injury on behalf of a corporation that's going to spend the offseason deciding whether there should be a rule against you kneeling during the fucking national anthem, which is kind of an insult. So let's go into Politics Corner.
Politics Corner.
No, I don't know. All right. Yeah. How is that? Really think of the irony of that. Imagine being a football player and knowing that the NFL commissioner is gonna spend this offseason thinking about rules against protest on the field. Clever move. Always the anti-protest rule. Hadn't thought of that. These are and then it concurrently is like all this like concussion information is coming out. Like not that it's never been there, but it's right there in the zeitgeist, right next to the fact that these are people who are not allowed to express in a completely peaceful way, that arguably deferent still to the national anthem, the fact that while they were lucky enough and talented enough to end up where they are with everyone paying attention to them, they'd like to risk their entire career and reputation saying, yeah, but I'm not comfortable what's going on back in my hometown. I don't like the policies. I'm going to kneel during this national anthem as if in deference to my fallen brethren, because I don't want privilege to turn me into someone who turns their back on their fellow man. And that's caused such a stir because we love to show up and watch these guys injure themselves until they're like basically dead at 40 physically because their brain has been concussed so many times, their spine slowly mangled.
He's talking to you, Tom Brady.
It's kind of fucking ironic, isn't it?
Especially when the two teams in the Super Bowl are the Patriots and the Eagles.
Yeah.
It could have been the Des Moines Star Spangled Banners.
The Uncle Sam's. Yeah. All right. Well, look, I don't have anything. Let's.
The Trenton apple pies. I don't know. Oh shit! Steve Levy just came down hard on Tom Brady.
Yeah, I don't know who Tom Brady is. In case that wasn't clear, wasn't he in Mad Max? All right,
he was. Yeah, he was Mad Max.
All right, well, let's bring up tonight's guest.
It just scared the life out of me.
I can't think of a better way to follow up our award-winning show.
You just
with
emerged
John
like
Mayer
a specter.
Than a visit from the always surprising.
Find your camera. Find your camera. You know, for $5 a month, subscribers, you can you can see the creepiest entrance of all time.
It's certainly something.
I have a question.
Rob Schraub, everybody. Schraub's in the house. Schraub's in the house.
I have a
question.
I have a speculation about like the kneeling during the sports.
You think they're okay?
Uh-oh.
You think they're tired?
What?
You think they're tired? Is that what you're gonna say?
No. I have a question. Okay, so Republicans don't like it when the black people kneel.
Right.
They
during
hate
the
it. They can't
magic song.
stand it.
Right.
They hate it. Okay, what if they kneeled during something that we liked?
Right.
Like puppy
Black people.
adoption, welfare. You know, like
You
what
think
would
it
it-
kneel during welfare?
Yeah, they could like somebody's handing over a welfare check and somebody.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
And we would be like, come on,
yeah.
that's not cool.
What if
This
we
is
go-
really important to us.
What if we go to their churches while they're praying and we all just kneel?
No. We're already kneeling. What do they? What? I'm curious. I would like to. If I had one of them here, I'm like, okay, we're gonna kneel during that. What would you kneel? I think it would be very telling.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. Well, you know, their answer would be amazing.
Yeah.
But the general class warfare truth is that, of course, no one cares when an old white man kneels. Like if he does it.
But let's think about it. This is like seeds for a comedy
I'm
garden.
not gonna think
So
about.
fun.
I'm not gonna riff what they would think they should kneel during because it'll be a list of racist shit that because they'll be like, what do black people like? I'm
And
gonna
you don't
kneel during
wanna
that.
do that.
I don't want to riff a list of what black people like. No, I don't. I've had a hard enough year.
Just play it safe. Just name, like, of the top 100 things you think black people would like cast a wide net. Just put 3 things in there that
You could have said
black
during the
people like.
Oscars, you know, like the Republicans don't like entertainment.
Oh, they don't like that.
now.
Well, is it liberals or black people? You said black people. You said they don't like when black people kneel
okay,
during
well,
the magic.
the black people are
Give me 3
doing the
things that
kneeling.
you're pretty confident that all black people would like.
See, he's off on that track. So
Okay, well, I'm
You really
back
fucked
on
up,
the track
Rob.
of the Republicans. What do Republicans not like?
what do Republicans not like?
That they would kneel while you were doing it.
They like
That's
be
what
getting
I'm
a
meaning.
gay marriage certificate.
Right,
gay
gay
marriage.
marriage.
Okay, so during a gay
down.
marriage,
They
you
could
know,
kneel during a gay
they could
marriage.
kneel during that, and we would go, "Oh, that's great."
They
Yeah,
could
because
Now
it would
we
look
can
like
kneel
they're
during
praying.
it. Everybody
They could
kneel
kneel
during
while
it.
they're
would look
pouring
respectful,
Keurig
actually,
coffee.
kinda.
I don't think old white people. Again, the reason why young, athletic black men kneeling is causing a hysteria is because they're doing it in front of everybody who might get bad ideas because everyone's watching them because they have the power to go out and get
Okay,
their
well,
spines mangled.
let's
for the old
figure
white
it out.
people.
Let's figure it out. What's another thing besides sports that everybody's watching?
Another thing was
The
you said
news.
the Oscars.
The Oscars,
the
right.
Nancy
The
Grace.
Oscars.
The Nancy Drew mysteries pilot that's about to air.
Riverdale.
Riverdale.
If
that
the
new
Riverdale
Cloverfield,
people were
Cloverfield
kneeling.
2.0.
Cloverfield
Yeah, the new Cloverfield
Paradox
on
They
Netflix.
could kneel during that.
There's
while
probably an
everybody's
Iron Man
streaming
movie
that.
coming.
Game of Thrones.
During Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody could kneel during that stuff. What the fuck?
This is hilarious, Rob. This is great.